Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
My name is Asa.
This is Jim.
And we are your astute wind counselors to get you through the week and any problems you may be facing on a daily basis. So we're going to get to our first winner right now. It's Nick, and he's from El Paso, Texas, and he writes, Dear Win, do you think it's okay to purposely refuse service to certain patrons within a restaurant? Well, I don't know, Jim. Kind of, you've got a lot of experience with that kind of stuff.
Well, I think there's a bit of context involved. If it's your restaurant, I say, yeah, go for it. Private enterprise. But if you're like in a franchise, like a McDonald's, that's like almost a public utility at this point. So they should have to provide service to whoever comes in.
Yeah, okay. So basically, he's got to just kind of take it as it comes, unless he's working in his own private joint and owns the place and pays the mortgage. Huh. What do you think, Ace?
I think you should trust your gut. If you have an instinct that says that you don't trust a certain person, then you can't trust him.
Right.
So what you should do, if you have that inclination, I mean, you still have, like, I imagine a manager. I imagine Nick is a server. Is that clear in the question?
Yeah, I'm kind of guessing that he's a server, a bartender, something like that, since he has to serve different patrons throughout the day. So I don't think he's an owner or manager from that perspective as much as he would be actually on the floor kind of a guy.
So I'd recommend, change your personality. Kind of like do it when you're facing the customer. Turn around slowly, do a 360, and as you're turning around, transform into somebody else.
Okay. I like that idea. Well, Nick,
I'm sorry, Alex. I didn't realize we were talking about an underling in this case.
Oh, yeah?
In which case, he has no power whatsoever and should just do his job.
Which is basically serve. You know, I'm going to kind of take the middle road here. I think what he should do is when someone walks in the front door and he's assigned to serve somebody, he should play war with them, that card game. And if he wins, and it's quick, because you can go from down the line. If he's a bartender, you can go from customer to customer. If it's a busy place like a hot dog stand, it's line after line of people, he can just play war with them. Win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, and then that's who he decides. He's not discriminating. It's up to chance. And then he can refuse service, half the time.
So just one hand of war. He doesn't have to go to whoever wins the whole deck.
No,
because that could take hours.
Right. Unless he wants to also do like a blindfold piñata thing. That's another option I thought of. That they walk in, they put a blindfold on them, they have a piñata hanging in front of the hostess desk, and if he's not able or she's not able to hit that piñata, walk right back out that door. Yeah. Then, might want to consider those things, Nick. Okay, well, we got Harry from New Zealand, and he writes, Dear Win, do you guys believe in the death penalty? And if so, for what sorts of crimes? That's a pretty heavy question, Ace. What do you think?
Personally, I'm against it, and I have some alternatives.
Yeah.
The punishment should fit the crime. So, and I think,
so not an eye for an eye deal. So murder doesn't mean murder, nothing like that.
No.
Okay.
No, say somebody was convicted of murder. They should have to, raise a child.
Yeah. That's just as torturous, I would guess.
I hope not. I hope that they would, see the value in humans.
So they wouldn't be able to murder that child then, because they raised it, so therefore killing another human being kind of...
never mind. That was a stupid idea.
Well, I'm sure murderers would make wonderful parents.
They probably would.
I don't know. I think there's some genius in this idea.
Yeah? Would you...
Take
it away.
Well, it's similar to how they rehabilitate them by giving people puppies and horses.
Right.
The baby.
Puppies and horses?
Yeah.
In San Quentin,
either or. Do you want a puppy or a horse?
You know they have a puppy mill and a horse mill in San Quentin, for example? Yeah, it's just for the inmates.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
how do you know that?
Oh, I just rumor on the street. A donkey told me.
So you don't know that?
Well, I have an inside track.
Well, no, stop being coy. What are you talking about?
Well, a friend of a cousin of an uncle told me that when he was in San Quentin, they had a bunch of puppies in the back near the yard where they do the linens and also like the license plate stuff for the state of California, and they were breeding them back there. And
like illicitly? Like it wasn't supervised or anything?
It was kind of like a reward for the guys that were getting on the line to do that kind of work, meaning they weren't necessarily high-risk guys compared to some of the other people. So they got to raise puppies and little ponies and stuff.
Little ponies.
Yeah, like maybe a My Little
Miniature
Pony.
ponies.
Yeah. So anyway, what's the genius behind this, Jimbo? About murderers raising children?
Oh, no, I just think...
Puppies and horses.
Yeah. Well, I just think the baby would have a positive effect on them.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it would be like a feedback loop of kindness and goodwill.
Well, I think, I can't endorse this from a win perspective, but my personal perspective, I would say that, the death penalty might make a lot of sense as long as it's excessive to the crime. Meaning, let's say if you just stole a candy bar, death penalty, no question about it. You got to make it.
Whoa.
Yeah, because you want to stop the criminality before it gets out of hand. Right? So no one just kills somebody right off the hop. They start by stealing. They start by, larceny. They start by,
So you got to get them when they're doing gateway crimes.
Exactly.
So
gateway crimes.
That's pretty extreme. Why death before, like...
It prevents the next 3
instruction
generations.
on, like, appropriate civil behavior or something like that.
Here's why. Because innately they have the idea and the concept to want to perform illegal activities and to be outside the lines of where society has you from a law standpoint.
What if it's out of necessity?
Well, that's bad necessity because it's just you should be thinking about the positive ways to live versus the negative ways. And if you start stealing a candy bar, for example, at the age of 6, if we kill you then that would prevent 3 generations of criminals like Kim Jong-un subscribes to, that they not only just detain you if you've been alleged for a crime, but also your grandparents and your children and stuff. So I kind of would take on that philosophy and right away nip it in the bud.
See, I would say if somebody stole a candy bar, then they should become a baker. They should become like an indentured baker.
Indentured baker?
Yeah, and like have to make confectionery treats and whatnot.
That's not a bad
Punishment's got to fit the crime. Steal a candy bar, you got to start making sweets.
Yeah, it's complicated over here, Harry, in the United States, but maybe take that for a gander.
I think it's safe to say we bottom line the death penalty issue for everybody out there.
I think we figured it out.
The Supreme Court and the rest, they don't need to even jump into this.
Good job, us.
Yeah, good job.
That's a heavy one, and we did a good job.
Yeah. You're welcome, world.
Well, yeah. Well, let's end it here with one more question, and it's going to be on a lighter side. And Celeste from New York writes, Dear one, what do you guys think make better pets, dogs or cats? Ace.
Birds.
Okay.
Dogs.
Dogs, why?
Well, because they actually are pet-like. Cats just kind of cohabitate with you and get annoyed.
Oh, see, I don't know. Cats, man, I like cats. I like dogs just as well. But, I mean, I had a cat that would just crawl underneath my covers and roll over on his back and would want to constantly be pet and sleep on my head and, would even lick my leg. It was really cool.
Birds are the superior choice because you have to keep them in cages,
right?
Which is a constant reminder of the freedom you do or don't have.
And the force that we have to initiate over other animals and species around the world.
Because say you set that bird free and you have an empty bird cage,
right?
That's a reminder that you too can unlock the doors of your own prison.
Wow. Okay, we got that.
Mic drop.
Done. That's it. Okay. Well, Celeste, I hope that helps a little bit. And we have one more little piece of inspiration to get you through the rest of the week, known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey there, today is the official dawning of the age of Aquarius. So this goes for all you Aquarians out there. If you don't want to get drowned inside of a tank and displayed for all to see, you better go to the World Improv Network YouTube page. Like us, subscribe, check out some videos. Go to the World Improv Network Facebook page, leave a like, check us out on there, see our beautiful pictures. Alex is a beautiful man, Ace is a beautiful man. I'm a pretty guy, and you can check us out on iTunes, subscribe to the World Improv Network podcast, leave a review, leave some stars. That'll help other people find the show. Check us out, and enjoy the rest of your age, Aquarians, because it is your time.
Thanks for listening to Win on KZKO. Don't forget to interact with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the Win KZKO blog. See you next week.